Hey, how you guys doing? It's Mason, aka SiNAR 212, coming at you from Generation Gamers with our third video game review. Today we're going to be doing another digital download of a game that's part of the series that is dear to my heart. I'm a huge fan of this series. Today we're going to be reviewing Halo Spartan Assault for the Xbox One. Halo Spartan Assault got released, I would say, around December, so probably I would say maybe a month after the Xbox One launch as a digital download. Now, it did come out a couple months prior in May on Windows Phone 8 and Windows 8 for tablets and touchscreen PCs. It got released for $15.99, which is still the same price that it is on the Xbox One. So what I'll do is I'll start off. I won't dwell too much in the story. The story is actually really good. I don't want to spoil it for nobody. It takes place, the events in this game take place between 3 and 4. So you could say this is the game that leads up to Halo 4 because you do take control of Palmer, who is also one of the main characters in the Halo 4 storyline. So, pretty much I'll start with the game is you do fight the Covenant, you do fight the Flood. There is, since it is takes place between 3 and 4, there's no um, Forerunners or anything like that like there is in 4. I'll start off with the graphics. It is a very gorgeous looking game for a download only. It's about 3 gigabytes. They do some really good things with it, where there's some, I guess you could say, the geography in the background of the levels. There's a lot of um, battles going on off in the distance. Like I know there's a couple missions where you're walking along a cliff and you have to take out these different Covenant squadrons. And if you look down below on the bottom, like on the ground of that map, you can see like this big battle going on between all this Covenant tanks and all these wraiths. So, like I said, other than that, though, the graphics are really good. For the gameplay, they definitely at first built it around touchscreen. Like I said, it was available for Windows Phone. I did purchase it before on my Lumia 920, and then when I heard about them re-releasing it for the consoles, which they just released it actually for the 360, or they're very soon to release it for the 360. And then said they announced it for Xbox One. I was very excited because I definitely wanted to get a better grasp with it, with the controls. And at first, when the game came out, it was a little touchy. There was some problems with controlling ghosts and getting in the turrets and stuff like that. But they just released an update that fixed a lot of the glitches for it. So, with that fixed, the gameplay is smooth as ever. It's definitely a lot of fun. It's a top-down shooter, as you guys can see from the gameplay videos. It's kind of it's like if you ever played Halo Wars. It's not an RTS, but it's a top-down, so you're looking from from the top down, of course. And it's not slow by any means. There is some pretty fast, action-packed scenes going on, and so with those action-packed scenes, it's pretty pretty well balanced out with it. You got the for the weapons, you do have the usual weapons in the Halo series. They don't really add anything new. You can do the cloaking and bring up the auto turrets and stuff like that. So and they also, oh, and that's another thing. I'm sorry, I did forget. They added in co-op, and with this one, at first I thought it was going to be like all the missions in co-op and stuff like that. But no, all it is they give you 5 separate missions, and they are pretty balanced. It's kind of like a wave. You have to fight off these waves of flood, and there's red and there's blue, and you just gotta hopefully withstand the timer. There are some small objective points to do with it, but it's mostly just withstand a whole bunch of those little pod flood, or sometimes one of the big ugly ones. So, and they do get pretty hard, so it is pretty fun to have a co-op player, like play with a friend and stuff like that, to get through the missions. So, and like I said, there's 5 missions. I haven't heard of any more DLC for it. Though I said the only thing I know so far is they have fixed the controls. With the game, you get XP to buy different upgrades. Like you can buy a sniper, or you can buy a shotgun, or you can buy different like your special abilities, like a longer cloaking or a faster regeneration field. Or you can buy gold, which is real life money. I think you can get like 1,000 gold for maybe like $3 or $4, And I've noticed, which is kind of sad, you think XP would be the way to go, but actually to get XP, it's a lot harder, and it's a lot simpler just to go ahead and buy the gold for the couple bucks, and it'll last you a lot longer to be able to get stuff. So as for the single player, it's very long. There is 6 chapters with 5 missions each, so there's definitely enough to go around. So after the decent graphics, the price, the co-op, and the lengthy campaign for a small game like this, I would definitely give Halo Spartan Assault a 4.0 out of 5. I highly recommend it, especially for the co-op alone. All right, you guys, this is Mason, aka SiNAR 212, coming at you from Generation Gamers. Hopefully you enjoyed our small video game review, and we got a surprise coming at you for next week. There's more in our discussion section on our page. If you got any suggestions, go ahead and sound off in the comment section. Other than that, subscribe. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and you guys know what I always say: game on.